know, y'all. For some odd reason, I'm not buying this divorce Ashley trying to sell us. And Robin, who the hell sends their churn out with people that they don't like? Girl, let's talk about it. Cue the music. Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I'll drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate or fuck discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out, look how I just bossed it out. Now come on baby, why you bugging, we can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
Cause oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back. Back with another video. Sorry I'm late. It's been rough. Back with another video here to discuss Real Housewives of Potomac season 5 or 6 episode. I don't know, girl. I just be forgetting. I've been busy. Girl, look, let me tell you something. Actually, the divorce coming off a little fake and scripted. I don't know if it's your bad acting or if it's just the fact that you telling yourself you getting a divorce knowing you don't want to divorce this man. Or maybe you just lying about it all, period, which I've been saying since the beginning. And then Robin, who the hell, Robert? Now, I know men don't typically have, you know, the connection that women have with their children. You know, I know that. So, you know, some things you just disconnect on. You get it? But who in the hell gonna send their churn by somebody who disinvited them or didn't invite them to an event because she just don't want to be around you? We'll get to it. Let's get into it. So the episode opens up. Wendy goes take Eddie outside. The boys had football practice or whatever. And she's going to tell Eddie that Peter Thomas wants to open a restaurant. And he said, well, how much you need? She said $300K. And he said, see, here we go again. Here we go. Here we go again. He said, this is your problem. First of all, you always taking on stuff and not having the bandwidth to deal with it. Because she the one brought up, oh yeah, well, I ain't gonna have to be there that much. I'm only on 20%, so I don't have the bandwidth. And he said, he went into speaking of bandwidth, you always taking on too much and you wondering why your hair falling out and whatnot. He didn't say that, but that's how I took it. He was like, didn't we just go through this with the candles? Like, girl, what is you doing? And I just see an opportunity and I want to jump on it. He said, and that's your problem. Eddie ain't here for it, as he shouldn't be. Eddie ain't here for it. We ain't even got oing candles off the ground. And you trying to open a doggone restaurant, girl, please. Anyway, so then she goes on to tell him about the dance studio thing they had with TikTok Ashley, as Eddie called her. And she told him that basically Robin jumped up in her face and, you know, was like, I'm standing on what I said because you don't want to admit that you were saying the same things that we were saying. And she explained that whole story to Eddie. And, you know, I think the part that killed Eddie a little bit was like, well, damn, why she didn't invite the kids to the family fun day? Like, that was a bit much. And it was Robert. It was too far. But Wendy get on my nerves, so I was just like, girl, just don't tell the churn. The churn ain't gonna miss what they ain't know, what they ain't see. You know what I'm saying? But still, Robert, it was kind of messed up. Anyway, on the flip side, Robin and her family is practicing for the family fun day, and it's just really her and them boys, because we all know Wine don't never be there. Wine Dixon ain't never there. But he happened to show up for his cameo so he can go on by his old lady house. And he asked her what they doing. So they're apparently practicing for this family fun day. And he got into a little competition. The little boy said Robin used to say he used to ride that pine, a.k.a. ride the bench. He ain't never really played. But they did their little sack race thing or whatever the case may be. But yeah, as we all know, Wine ain't never with them damn churn. But she tells him about what happened down there at the doggone family fun day. Well, not the family fun day, but at the TikTok dance thing Ashley threw. And basically told him all what went down and said, and I told her I wasn't going to invite the kids. But I changed my mind and I said I was going to have Candy Eyes bring them. And even Wine Dixon had more compassion than you. And he said, it's a start, but it's wrong, Robert. And Robert, who the hell makes you think, what in the hell makes you think that I would send my kids with they so-called play auntie to go to an event that I know my kids were invited to, and then trust that, girl, Robert, you know, maybe the green in your eyes took away from the ooze in your brain because you're just an idiot. You just an idiot. So she went over there, called Candy Eyes and told her to go be a great auntie and call Wendy to ask if she can go get them churn and bring them down there, girl. And like Candy Eyes said, that girl gonna say hell no and hang up in my face as she should. But she was gonna give it a try. But girl, it just don't make sense. Anyway, so we gonna see what Candy Ass is gonna come back with, if she gonna come back with the kids. So anyway, on the flip side, Wendy's still talking to her husband Eddie, and she hurting in her feelings about her not inviting the kids, because you just don't play with kids. Girl, how she playing with some kids? Y'all too sensitive. You just don't play with kids. You know, it just shouldn't be down with about the kids. It's about the kids. Girl, she ain't did nothing to your kids. She just didn't invite them. There's going to be a lot of things in life they don't get invited to. It's okay. But anyway, Robin on the flip side telling Candy Ass, telling Juan again that Candy Ass got mad with Giselle. Oh yeah, she spilled that tea because Giselle said she felt uncomfortable over there in that room without no doors open or windows and other people. So now Juan Dixon's first response was, wait a minute, you talking about the same Michael who be cooking for Giselle? Now all of a sudden she uncomfortable? She don't be uncomfortable when she eating, but she was uncomfortable that time? Girl, them green-eyed bandits ain't nothing nice, girl. Anyway, on the flip side, Wendy tell Eddie what happened with all that. And he has the same doggone response as Juan Dixon. Now, Robert asked Juan if he think Chris owes, what's the girl, Giselle, gives an apology. And as a man, he said yes, because I mean, she felt that the way she felt, you know, for that. But ultimately, you know, it's just kind of crazy. You won't be at my house cooking, have me cooking and eating and all that. But now all of a sudden you uncomfortable. Don't come back to my house then. Let's move on. So we already said Robin called Candace, and Candace said she gonna ask Wendy. Girl, that ain't gonna never happen. Now we move to the next scene. The grind down calls Raven. Karen calls her daughter Raven. Raven is out in New York living her best life, all on red carpets at the gala and whatnot. And she called to tell Raven that her daddy really didn't appreciate, and that's Mr. Ray, by the way, that she's out here getting all these plastic surgeries, and what are you teaching the young girls? And so Raven was like, oh, he did not hit you out like that. Yes, he did. But you know, Raven is a very independent-minded girl. If Raven don't want to do something, she ain't going to do it. It ain't going to be because she saw her mama do it. She seems to be a very intelligent girl. But yeah, Raven moved into this brand new apartment, girl. She said she's trying to start cooking so she can eat healthier. We find out Karen is allergic to doggone chicken. She said they call it the dirty bird, so they're going to try to do this health kick together. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Ashley and her friend Auntia, or as I'm going to call her Auntie, she comes down there by the house, her and her children, to play with Dean and Dylan. Is that the other little boy named Dylan and Dean? Dean and Dee. So she bring her children around there, and she lets us know that Auntia was with her at the Pride concert. You know, Ashley, I seen the flashback. Don't go back. They're not going to invite you. I hope not, because that was not what it was. You know, she's been around for a lot of things, but most importantly, she's a homegirl. So she sits down with her Auntia, and Auntia was like, well, girl, how's everything been going? She was like, you know, I'm trying to adjust and figure this whole thing out. And then, you know, this whole divorce thing is a lot. And then Auntia asked her, does Michael still live there? And she said, yeah, he's still here. You know, he do his own thing. You know, I told him I don't want to hold him down. So if you want to go to the strip club, be in the back in the champagne room, you could do all that. She just have a worry of it getting leaked to the press or out to everybody else that she's filing for divorce, because ultimately, if she doesn't say that she files for divorce, then people gonna be hitting her up, sending her pictures of her man out there getting his rocks, his socks rocked. I'm sorry, by probably a man or a woman. You know, with Michael, you never know. So she wants to get it out there, but they want to do it together. You know, she don't do nothing without Michael Darby, baby. So she wants to figure that piece out. But Auntia's whole thing is, girl, look, you ain't got much time. You need to say something now, because the way, you know, life and social media work, the tea gonna be spilled. So if I were you, I would try to get in front of it. You said you wanted to do it in April, girl. April next week, let's get it done. Let's get it popping. She read her the doggone scripted ass doggone statement that she made, saying it sounds just as scripted as the story she's giving in the doggone confessionals. Girl, it was just a hot ass mess. Ashley, Darby, I don't believe nothing you saying. Do I believe Michael will divorce you? Yeah. Because one thing about a man who make that type of money, he know how to make it again. He ain't worried about the money part. I mean, it might mess with him a little, but he ain't tripping. He ain't doing no tripping. Michael Darby wants to be free. You know what I mean? Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Robin and the boys arrive to the park with nothing but a tablecloth and some sacks and a limbo stick. Robin ain't playing the goddamn thing. But you know, what's her name? Mia said it best. Robin is very basic. Yeah. She's the kind of person, I'm gonna tell y'all come out to an event, and when y'all get here, I'm gonna just say let the chips fall where they may. That was this event. So Robin gets there. Mia and her kids is on the way. Mia said, well, she's talking to Gordon, her husband, about her mom, and basically says that, you know, she has a toxic mother. Her mother is just not the best person, but she's had positive women in her life. And she had a conversation with her aunt, and her aunt said she knew her mom before the addiction, and that she would just ask that Mia give her a little grace because addiction is a disease. It is. We just had this conversation about Kiki going through people's medicine cabinets stealing their goddamn pain meds, okay? But she's giving her mom a little grace because she understands and she don't expect her to, you know, be here. Because like she said, her aunt told her, your maturity level stops once you start doing drugs and get addicted. It kind of makes sense. I mean, I guess. I don't know. But she's giving her mama another chance. They're going to work on their relationship again. Girl, figure this stuff out with your mama. So, yeah, she wish she had that conversation with her aunt earlier because now she has a better outlook on her mother. So now Robin, meanwhile back at the ranch, Robin is out there, and Mia and them pulls up, or they're pulling up, and she's telling what's that girl Jacqueline that she hadn't talked to Candy Eyes as of yet, but she did invite Candy Eyes to ask Wendy to ask where them badass churn at, or was it Giselle pulled up? And she was talking to Giselle on one of them, saying that she told them that she told Candy Eyes to let, you know, go pick up them damn churn from by Wendy. But girl, that girl ain't coming with them churn, because right as she said that, they flashed to Wendy saying, who the hell would send their kids with somebody that they don't trust down to an event? Girl, please. Robert, I expected more out of you because you present very feminine, but I be forgetting you a man on the inside. And you got kids at the house. Girl, make it make sense. Anyway, so she's still waiting on other people to arrive. When Mia and them pulls up and sees the folding table and the sacks and the tablecloth from Party City and say, you know, I shouldn't have expected much from Robin because she's pretty basic. Mia, what you thought you was going to, like a tented event and they were gonna have like venues and like, that's what you thought, girl? This ain't that. This ain't this fat. But anyway, so she's underwhelmed. Giselle is on the way with her daughter, the oldest one. I forget her name, Grace. She said she's not the most athletic of her daughters, but her other kids had other prior engagements. So she got Grace. Grace said, girl, you got the best one. Stop acting crazy. So now Giselle arrived and she met, it was Robin's sister-in-law, I believe. I don't really care. It's not even that important. But, you know, she met Robin's sister-in-law to be. Whoever that is, girl, you already got the child. You need to be the sister-in-law. What you talking about? Y'all don't need paperwork for that. And Wine is not there, of course, because he had to get a root canal. Girl, Wine would rather schedule a root canal than go to Family Fun Day with Robert. You know, this is big. This is bad. This is big and bad. Wine would rather schedule a root canal, and you know that's big, than to go around there with Robert and them badass little boys. Oh, Lord, girl, you got a lot going on. But so he ain't going to be here, but nobody expected him to be there anyway. So Mia is over there saying, look, if y'all want to let Gordon be the community husband, y'all can go ahead on because it looks like Wine don't never be around here. None of them other girls bring their man. Karen bring hers every now and again, but you know, Uncle Ray can't get out like that. He getting old. You know, the knees, he needs his nap or whatever the case. Chris can't bring her, Candace can't bring Chris around no more because they around here pointing fingers, calling that man all kind of, you know, what's and whatnot. So, you know, she feels like Gordon got to be the community husband to the girls. Well, you know what? He does. Moving on, Karen arrives, and the first thing she said, she got allergies. If you ask me, I think she said that because she figured or she smelled something in the milk that wasn't clean, that Cherie was coming. Cherie was coming, and she was just starting her plot earlier. You know, remember I said everybody on here lying. So She arrived with her allergies. Jacqueline arrives. That's who that girlfriend? That's Mia's friend. Jacqueline arrives, and she arrives with her parents and partner. So her and her baby daddy, because that's all it was. He's still active in them churn life. So she bring him over there and say they're not sleeping together no more. But he's a good parenting partner, girl. Okay, that's nice. I'm here for it. Candace arrives without the kids. And Giselle looking at her crazy because Giselle feels like, well, girl, you ain't gonna say hey. And Candace was like, girl, keep that shit over there. I'm not dealing with you. I'm looking past you and through you. We're done. We have nothing else to say. You slandering my husband's name. And I heard from what I seen on the, not previews, previews of the episode to come, they gonna be saying other stuff. Girl, what's going on with Chris? Girl, they plotting on you, and I believe that to be true, Candy Eyes. They plotting on your fat. Anyway, Giselle says in her confessional, girl, just tell your husband stop leaving me and talking to me in behind closed doors or whatever the case. Giselle, first of all, y'all remember them candies from the church? There was peppermints, I believe it was, but they didn't come in the clear wrapper. They came in them weird wrapper, like penny candies. Girl, what was that you had on in that damn confessional? Shiny and new, looking like a shiny suit man back with Diddy and them. Girl, you miss every time. I don't remember a time you've hit the mark. You miss every time, Giselle, and it blows me. It's really upsetting me and my homegirls. But anyway, so she's just trying to be a smart ass, and Candy ass ain't giving her nothing. She's done. Now, on the flip side, they do all their little reindeer games or whatever. Sharice pull up, and all of a sudden, what's her name? Karen started coughing, and she can't breathe. They got her holding her arms up like a toddler so she can catch her breath. She had to have Gordon walk her away talking about she need her albuterol or whatever it was, her Z-Pack, or whatever the case may be. And Robin, messy ass, looks over to Sharice and said, girl, you know she did that because she don't want to be around you. She's scared. She's scared. Grind down, I'm starting to believe that now. Is you really scared that Sharice got some OT on you? We'll find out here in a minute. But anyway, so she goes off coughing and trying to catch her breath with bronchitis or whatever the case may be after the sack race, as if, look, she just really overexerted herself. Girl, Candace, Karen, please. Anyway, so when Karen comes back, when Karen comes back over there by the girls, Robin tells her that she didn't invite Wendy and her kids. And Karen immediately was like, that's wrong. I should be able to take a day off and expect for y'all to do right. Why would you do that? But Robert don't see that, and we all know that. Now, they go do something else or whatever the case may be. And Ashley arrives, I believe it was. When Ashley arrives, she come with her 2 kids. Her and, what's her name? Candy Eyes actually has a good conversation. And she was telling Candy Eyes, that they trying to still get houses and all that. Because I think that's when she was still with the group. But she was like, they're still trying to look at houses. But every house they find, people being on it right away. Duh. What y'all just going window shopping and expecting to come back 2 weeks later and the house going to be there? That's not the economy we in or was in at the time. What are you talking about, Ashley? Anyway, she pulls aside Candace and basically tells Candace that she's still going through the transition with Michael. And then Candace tell her that she's having issues, she feels like a failure because she can't get the whole thing right with the eggs preserving and all that. And Ashley gave her a nice word of encouragement and said, girl, you're going to do just fine. Don't worry about it. Don't let them people say nothing crazy. You're going to be just fine. I'm going to put you in my little journal and sprinkle something on you. And people who love the Bible with all the witchcraft in it, the first thing she holler, I ain't in there unless Jesus is in it. Girl, shut up. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. The news is released that Ashley and Michael Darby is doggone getting a divorce. And Ashley is in her call. She calls Auntia because she can't get in touch with Michael Darby because he's somewhere laid up in somebody's bed. And she feels really bad because first of all she wanted it to come from her. Understandable. But like Auntie said, I've been told you to put the statement out. What you waiting for? I mean, I know y'all had a plan and all that, whatever. You should have been put the shit out. She's more worried actually that, you know, Michael Darby, how he feels. Cause she said, Auntie said they slaying him in the doggone comments down there on social media. And she feels bad about that. Well girl, he don't feel that bad. He laid up in somebody else's bed and ain't trying to get in front of it. Auntie's whole word of advice to Ashley is, girl, look, I get what you're saying, but you need to put that statement out like today, like tomorrow, because it's already out there. You need to get in front of it, at least, you know. I ain't gonna lie, when I first heard, I said, shout out to motherfucking Ashley for getting to the bag, staying married long enough to get to the bag or whatever, and I was here for it. I ain't never really cared for Michael Darby. I ain't never really had much to say about him until he was squeezing people butts on set and all that, men and women. But yeah, you know, other than that essay, I really didn't have nothing bad to say about Michael Darby because I really don't give a damn. That's the end of the doggone episode. Actually, put the damn statement out there so we can move on with this fabrication and this lie. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about Real Housewives of Potomac. It wasn't all that. It was all right. I feel like the real tea gonna start happening, you know, in the near future. I think this was like a filler episode, you know. But yeah, y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on TikTok, and I will see you all later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.